You know it go already. Dust yourself off and try again, man. It might even be a blessing in disguise. But don't come to Jamaica with your criminal intentions. They have gotten the orders to send you to your maker. And the Jamaica Constabulary Force of lately, a beer dirt. If you don't know what that means because you've been away too long, go ask somebody. So Dr. Chang says that both himself and Foreign Affairs Minister Senator Kamina Johnson Smith have been closely monitoring developments in deportation trends, especially in the US, and they have activated systems to manage any potential increase in returns. Say, for instance, one day you wake up and a plane just land with 1,000 deportees from the United States of America. We won't be having that. He knows or he will know what is transpiring or what is on the horizon, and they will be properly prepared for it. He adds that both ministries have been engaged in sustained dialogue with foreign governments and domestic partners to ensure that Jamaicans that are deported from abroad, whether voluntarily or involuntarily, that they are received and that they are reintegrated in a structured and coordinated manner. Pardon me for telling the truth, but SouFLoTV always tell the truth even when people don't like me. Unless something has changed, Ross like this, trying to make everything look good. We all know that majority of the people who are deported, if you don't have somebody to pick you up at airport, you see, dog nyam your Ross supper. There are shelters around or organizations that people can align themselves to and try to find somewhere to sleep if you don't have nowhere to go. But the truth of the matter is that there is no particular system that is put in place to receive and reintegrate any person in a structured and coordinated manner. And that is the truth. Anyways, I guess this sounds good in the news. So them say it like this. Now, there's been growing concerns about public safety, particularly in relation to deportees who have criminal backgrounds. Them a come back to Jamaica, come stir up the badness. But Minister Chang says that the government has taken a structured and a measured approach in response to those concerns. This includes establishing a coordinated deportation response action plan and a multi-agency working group to ensure a orderly, secure, and humane process for any mass returns. The technical working group was established by the Office of the Cabinet. I don't know what none of that means. I know that when people land in Jamaica, if you don't have no support system and you don't have anybody to help you out, you get frig. That's for sure. And I also know that people turn to all types of things because they are now in a desperate position. Imagine you left Jamaica when you are like 14, 15, and you're getting deported at like 30 odd and 20 odd. Imagine leaving in your early 20s and when you're in your 40s, them a send you come back to Jamaica. Granny dead and gone, mommy and daddy not here, etc., etc. No sister, no brother, auntie, or uncle, because you haven't been in touch with anybody over the years. You're stuck. You're stuck. It is you on the streets of Jamaica. If anybody knows of any resources that someone who is in the predicament that I just explained can use when them touch the ground in Jamaica, please leave it in the comment section and I will pin it so that somebody might see it and might find somewhere to go, find some shelter, find some safe haven so that they don't end up being either a victim of crime and violence or a perpetrator of crime and violence out of a desperation to survive. Now, I could talk about the rest of what a go on pan what a go on over here. So the government says that it is carefully monitoring the deportation developments as Jamaica prepares to receive the flight of 107 deported nationals this Thursday afternoon here On the 29th, the government is reassuring the public in Jamaica that a return of nationals with final removal orders from overseas territories is neither unexpected nor unimagined. Again, that means settle yourself. We're good, man. You know, he emphasized further that Jamaica, like other foreign nations, is obligated under international laws. Because, a lot of people are saying, why Jamaica always take back everybody? He said that Jamaica is obligated under international laws to accept the return of its citizens who are subject to deportation. And we have consistently fulfilled this duty while ensuring that each case is managed with respect for due process and human rights. Not Nogoso. If them fling you out of the United States of America without your due process, Jamaica will take you in anyways. That's the truth. So, if under Donald Trump they decide, hey, F him, skip his court date, just put his ass on the plane and send him back, Jamaica will take you with wide open arms. You will be in Jamaica complaining to everybody how you were wrongfully deported because you didn't even get to go to the court to hear your case, even though you had a scheduled date. I don't know if you all know it, but in recent times, there has been an increase in cases of individuals who were just swooped up and deported, with cases in the system waiting to be called forward. Those people didn't get their due justice or their due rights. So for Dr. Harsh Chang to be saying that each case is dealt with in a way where it is managed with respect for due process and human rights, please be for real. Jamaican government does not control what happens in the United States of America. When you reach there, you reach there. In the same way, he said, though, that we repatriate foreign nationals who breach our laws. We respect the rights of other countries to enforce their own immigration laws. I understand that. What he's basically saying is Jamaica deport people too. So when foreigners come to Jamaica and they decide they want to overstay, we kick them out too. So we respect the right for other countries to do the same, enforce their immigration laws, and kick out people too, even if it is our own nationals. Meanwhile, Foreign Minister Senator Kamina Johnson Smith added that the government has long taken proactive steps to addressing the issues, and existing systems are aligned to safeguard everything. In other words, she has said everything cooked long and curry, man. No worry about nothing, right? Nobody worry about criminals coming back, deported, come mash up the place and all that. Don't worry about nothing. Them have it under control. We are not operating in a reaction mode, is what she said. And the relevant institutions are already aligned to respond. It is important to note that immigration enforcement has shifted globally. And while Jamaica is not exempt from its effect, we have been planning accordingly. This is Senator Johnson Smith speaking. She also said that deportees are also not a homogeneous group, as some have serious criminal backgrounds, while others have committed only immigration breaches, which I've also always said that to my audience. Not everybody coming back on those planes are criminals. Some people did nothing more than overstay their time they were allotted in that country. Others have been in the prison system in that country. Others have committed serious crimes in the other country, murder, rape, you name it, right? And they are now released fresh out of prison and are heading for the islands. But not everybody. So the government is fully aware of the security implications, and the National Security Council is actively assessing risks, strengthening strategies to protect public safety. At the same time, she said, we continue to advocate for the fair treatment of our nationals abroad and to ensure that those returning are met with a system that is capable of managing this reintegration. This is not a moment of panic, but for preparation. Man, I tell you the truth, it sounds really good. It sounds like something that I spoke about years ago that should have been put in place. You know, years ago I said that Jamaica needed one big building, and the big building would be like a prison building, but not really a prison building, just a building with about four different floors. So you have four different levels of security then. Like, for instance, everybody who comes in goes to different levels. If you are a high profile criminal or something, you go a top floor, right? Then everybody who is coming in also needs to be vetted. We need to know if they're coming into the island with AIDS and syphilis and herpes and whatever else diseases there are that they might be bringing into the country to spread. Even COVID or whatever else. Check everybody out medically. Then there would be a tier, a level for people who have only been out of the country for a short period of time. So, for instance, somebody left at 30 and then 32, they're being deported. That person understands fully how Jamaica works because their last 30 years of life were in Jamaica and they've only been out for 2 years trying to make it in somebody else's country and got caught and was deported. Them, once they have no criminal record, they have no diseases or anything, they're coming back into the country, you wish them well and you send them on their way. Go on home. Most likely, those people have a community that knows them and a support system of a family that is probably still intact. Then you're going to have those who left when they were 16, 17, 18, and they're coming back at 45 years old. And them grandmother dead and gone, them parents dead and gone, they don't know where to go, they have no support system. Those are the ones you're going to hold a bit longer. Not to incarcerate them, but to give them some support to be integrated back into the system. If you left Jamaica when you're 18, 19, 17, them age there, and you coming back at 45, you absolutely do not understand the run-ins we are going in Jamaica, or in other words, then for more proper way of speech, how the country actually operates, right? These people would need to learn again how this country operates. They will also need to learn or form links on how to be hired, gainful employment, so that they can help themselves along the way. And in the meantime, while all that is going on, you're checking them out on the medical level and you're reintegrating them as to up to the time information concerning Jamaica, right? And then those who are murderers, rapists, whatever, they've done their time, lengthy prison sentences in overseas countries. A lot of these people, while they were in those overseas countries, my friend, they were on psych medication. And then those people who were on psych medication, when you get deported, they don't give you a lifetime supply of medication to deport you. Most of them are released from prison and they are sent right packing to Jamaica. So they arrive in Jamaica, them head tech them don't have the proper medication that they've been addicted to for however long their prison sentence was, and they're about to trip the hell off in Jamaica. So there should be a proper list of medical jacket, list of things as to that individual, right? It would give Jamaican authorities some time to build that booklet or that jacket and then monitor those individuals. You know what I mean? I said that long ago, man. That is where all the money should have went. Should have went into a system where a center was developed, and this center was made to receive deportees. And once the deportees get there, they actually had a system that was structured around reintegration and in a coordinated manner. But for them to say today that, that's what they have, I don't see it. So it is what it is. And we're going to have to see how this roll out. the public is concerned because in recent times there have been complaints about a rise in crime in certain areas where crime was not necessarily prominent in Jamaica. And we found out that it was because of people who were recently deported from the United States of America or the UK who were instrumental in these crimes. So that's something we don't want. Now, information says approximately 2,500 nationals have been confirmed for removal from the United States in line with due process and logistical arrangements. These removals are expected to be executed over the next 2 years. I don't know where they get this 2,500 from, but the United States of America, a couple of months ago, which we covered right here on this channel, released a number that was more like 5,230, I believe the number was. And it said that those 5,230 Jamaicans already have their deportation orders signed by a criminal judge, not the criminal judge, but a immigration judge in a immigration court in the United States of America. It's just a matter of either them turning themselves in to voluntarily self-deport or being picked up by ICE agents in these raids that they have going on. Anyways, back to the Jamaica information. It said that these removals are expected to be executed over the next 2 years period. Further information says in 2023, a total of about 655 Jamaican nationals were returned from the United States of America in 2023. And in 2024, this figure increased from the 655 to 814. That's in 2024 and 2023, and that was under Joe Biden. Between January and April of this year, 2025, we already have 331 that have been removed. And then we are getting this next 107, and there will be more, right? So more are probably expected under the Trump administration. However, if you look at these numbers with 6 months to go in the year, or 7 months to go in the year, it is right on track to actually matching the numbers of what 2024 was under Biden, the 814. So, in other words, nothing big and out of place. We are not getting a flight with 1,000 one time and anything like that. Meanwhile, Minister Chan says arrangements have already been made to accommodate these incoming migrants. And again, he said it's about security, right? We look forward to seeing what the outcome of this is going to be and how this is going to affect Jamaica on a whole as these flights start to increase over time. Like Donald Trump promised, the biggest mass deportation movement the United States of America has ever seen, is what he said. And Jamaica is not exempt from that. We have a lot of persons in US territory who will be deported at some point. So, with that said, we should expect an increase in people being captured, if you will, because they're on the run and they're trying to hide if they haven't turned themselves in. If you're not going through the Home app and telling the administration now in the US that I have a deportation order, or I've been here for a while, I'm out of status, I want to self-deport. If you have not done that by a certain date that was set, deadline, you are considered illegal. Now, with them hiring new Homeland Security personnel, new ICE enforcement officers, and ramping up these raids, kicking in doors, going to jobs, going to the clubs, going to concerts, going to parties, going into schools, going into all these sanctuary places, even churches, it's only a matter of time before we see the numbers. And that's exactly what was promised. They said it will start off slow, but over time we will see the numbers pick up. So one time we will get an airplane with 35. The next time we'll get an airplane with 70. The next time we'll get an airplane with 90. The next time we'll get an airplane with 100 and something. The next time we'll get an airplane with 150. Next time it'll be 200. Next time, you get the drift, right? 300, 400. We don't know if it's ever going to get to the point where it's 1,000 on an airplane heading back to Jamaica, but I'm absolutely sure that that is the goal of the immigration authorities in the United States of America, to get as many Jamaicans who are out of status out of the United States of America as well. So, the technical group established by the Office of the Cabinet comprises representatives from key ministries, including law enforcement, social support agencies, and civil society, and is tasked with delivering a streamlined response plan. This includes reception protocols, integration, reintegration support, security vetting where it is appropriate, and community liaison services. The disclosure comes amid the expected arrival of a flight of 107 deportees who are set to land in Jamaica today, the 29th of May, 2025. The government is seeking to assure the return of these individuals with final removal orders, but also seeking to let Jamaicans know that you have nothing to worry about. Everything is going to be all right. We will see. We will see. Let's close this video by saying this. Again, sometimes things happen for a reason, and this could be a blessing in disguise. I've heard some Jamaicans who were deported said they couldn't see it at the time, but it was actually a blessing for them, because if they had stayed in the United States of America the way they were living, they would probably be dead or doing extensive time in prison by now. Being deported to Jamaica was one of the best things that happened to me. I was able to reset my life, and I was able to start a business which bloomed and blossomed. I have one guy who started out selling food on a food cart because he was a chef. And then he went from selling food on the food cart out a road to actually starting a cook shop. And he went from the cook shop to actually owning a brick and mortar restaurant that is rather successful today in Jamaica. Another one started a delivery business, and he started out with one bike and then two bikes. And before you know it, he had a lot of bikes and a lot of people employed with his delivery company. You might see them zooming all over certain parts of Jamaica making these deliveries. So again, I say, don't look at this as the glass is half empty or half empty, the glass is half full. In other words, then, we have to take this for who it is bad for and try to make it good, right? They give you lemons, it's time for you to make lemonades. And for the Jamaicans who are in Jamaica, who are of the practice that you speak bad about people, your own people, who have been sent back to their homeland, stop it. Stop stigmatizing these people. Stop spreading rumors. Stop believing that every person who is deported is a criminal or were involved in criminal activities overseas. Stop susso and point out, all right? Help your fellow man to reintegrate into his homeland. Jamaica is for them, theirs, as much as it is for you. And that's how them born and grow too. So I feel them place that too. All right. And to the people, the 107 that's coming off of the plane today, welcome home. Welcome home. Put your foot on the soil, go find a beach, wash off some of the salt, and get reintegrated and get up and moving again. It is not the end. You're home. I'll catch you all on the next video. It's SouFLoTV. I'm out. Peace.